Hello, I'm a Shrimp Chew. This image is the inspiration for today's build and will be with us for only 12 seconds. So you know whenever you maybe pop on Facebook once in a while to like check what your parent has tagged you in, kind of things? Yeah, there was a period last year where every time I did that my feed kept having like, I don't know, sponsored post, ads, recommendations, whatever the Facebook algorithm wants to do at the moment, I don't know. Tiny home pages that were very clearly AI images. Well, some of them not so clearly. Some actually do make me doubt if they were real or not. Some were pretty good until you look a little closer. This one, doesn't look too bad at a glance. Go back to that image, look at the table and chairs especially, and your world will crumble. And there's also what I think it has a sink and like the stove top counter like space being the same, because it definitely looks like there's, like a stove top, and then it looks like there's a sink hanging over it. So there's a few little questionable things, and I'm not entirely convinced if the like railing up by the bed is actually attached or not, but this is far from the worst thing I ever saw. And if you like this idea, don't worry. This one I might have built last year, and I'm finally letting it see the light of day. But I have a bunch of screenshots of things I haven't built yet. It's interesting because there's a sort of, a lot of them have a very similar general layout, but in different styles and color themes, and there's a couple that I have that are actually, well, one is a tiny home floor plan and one's just a general home floor plan, which will also be fun. And then there's some that have some very interesting, it's either somebody living their best dream life with those AI prompts, or the AI is very confused about what belongs in what room. That is your spoiler-free spoiler. It'll be a fun build when we get to it. Look forward to it. But back to this build. So as you saw in the image, it's very much like painted stone, very white. All you can see is the sea out the window, thus I'm calling it a tiny coastal cottage. We're going for little cozy vibes. Whether your sim wants to live here or turn it into a nice little holiday rental, you do you. It is a tiny bit more functional in The Sims. You don't have sinks and stoves sharing space. The chairs are fully rendered and chairable, endless. That and the second chair definitely exists rather than being a question mark. Like, is there meant to be a second chair there? Is the table just a funky, like, double table connected vibe? Mm. But yeah, the main color scheme is very much white, which is fine. All I'm gonna say is that now, whenever I briefly pop on Facebook, it's more like maximalist pages that are clearly like actual people sharing their homes and stuff that they've painted in like bright colors, or there's some pastel and stuff, but the general thing is like funky colors, fun spaces. It's very nice to see what creative things people come up with. There's some people who have like done stencils, like painting to make like, I can't actually remember if it was like a flower pattern or not, but some kind of pattern like along their walls and stuff. I'm like, go people. I'm definitely more of a, my space should be full of personality and represent me and my personality kind of person. I'm not so much a give me all the beige and the grey and the bland minimalist. I can appreciate it as a cohesive aesthetic, but I can't, like, it's not my personal vibe. I'm at least, be minimalist with color, that's as far as I could ever get. But that's what makes the world go round, right? All the different aesthetics chaotically meshing, bobbing around in the big ocean of humanity. I'm not even trying to make sea references in this, call it a tiny coastal cottage, and my brain is just like, puts on sailor hat, grabs a little, I don't know, like, inflatable rubber ringy. Sorry, I think my brain just combined, like, like the inflatable little, like, wearable rings and, like, a dinghy. Little rubber ring and just inflatable ring and just jump in the ocean. And my brain's like, splish, splish, splash. But I tried, all the random little decor items it does give me strong Airbnb vibes. But well, technically I built this, I think, when did For Rent come out? I know I could have made it like a holiday rental, but you know, tiny home was like the option. Could be fun to build like to modify it whenever we get hobbies and businesses, and have a, you know, tiny home, tiny business thing going on. I don't suppose we'll be able to have like an actual tiny home and a business share a lot, like, you know, with all the tiny house perks. I'm not going to be that optimistic. I think that would be some very nice cross-pack compatibility, but I'm not holding my breath on that one. Speaking of is this the last, like, weekend? No, there's one more weekend before the pack will be out. I was like, should I ramble about it now, or should I save it for next week? Maybe I'll save it for next week, but you can drop your opinions if you want. Also, have you been haunted along the internet by AI or otherwise house builds without trying? I don't know, maybe you know, Google knows I like to build in The Sims, and I've looked at floor plans of, you know, real houses, and maybe from there it just went, yes, all the social media shall give you all the houses. I'm not complaining because I did enjoy building this, and I will have fun trying to make something halfway functional with some of the others. Some of them are really nice ideas, but to make it work in The Sims, I'm either going to have to adjust the room and not recreate, like, you know, make more space around items instead of just a wall and a bookcase beside a bed, or I'm just gonna have to not be fully functional. So we'll see. It'll be fun. I do appreciate the cozy factor of this. Like I said, it gives me huge Airbnb vibes. But I think, you know, some Sims could be happy. I absolutely fully admit the windows are interesting. I don't actually remember. Can you see that many windows in where did you go? Yeah, no, that is, yes, that's actually pretty accurate. One window shoved up at the top corner, a nice little double window, and then the nice central window in the kitchen. I obviously had some, you know, creative direction, adding a bathroom and stuff, and I was like, are the windows accurate to the image, or was that me? That's the image. I'm okay with this. That bothers me. Sorry, the like bath taps not facing the wall bothers me. I know it really won't really matter, right? To be fair, I'm not enough of a plumbing expert, because I assume you could just run the plumbing pipes either from the wall adjacent over to the taps or under the whole bath up. I don't really know how specific the plumbing of a bath is. Like, do the taps have to be backed up against a wall, or is there leeway? I imagine there's leeway. But, you know, when you're like, I don't actually know how this works, so I don't know if I mean, I'm talking out of my ass because I don't know anything. But that's okay, because I know that I don't know. But I don't know how much I should speculate because I don't know. Yeah. Look at me using all the nice little decor. See, this is nice. I say this like I have to convince myself. Just because I went and ranted about my personal color schemes doesn't mean I don't like other color schemes on things that are not mine. Could someone take the shovel away from me and bonk me over the head with it so I might ramble about something else? Just saying. Ooh. I have another build that is also a one I built like previous that didn't make it to YouTube yet. And I'm kind of thinking it might be nice for next week. I have referenced it before. If you're like a person who's watched my builds before. If you're brand new, then hi! How you doing? Welcome. But no, I haven't built that. I'm like, maybe that could be nice, because I think it would be very nice for a home business with hobbies and businesses, or businesses and hob, whichever way around that title is. I'm of the part where I'm very excited to run businesses and have the multi-purpose lot. I'm hoping that it will not be too buggy and glitchy. I'm optimistically hoping, but for the pack as a concept, I'm quite excited. It does hit the nostalgia for me of Open for Business from The Sims 2, and I loved that pack so much. I just, mostly toy shops. My Sims just ran toy shops. That was their life. It's great. Oh, bring back toy crafting, please. Do I know this was a badly named making businesses of your hobbies pack, but do an actual hobbies pack and bring in toy crafting and making, please. 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 But yeah, fully functional little tiny coastal cottage. Cute staycation vibes. Let your sim move in. Let it be a rental. You do you. I know it looks weird from the outside, but you know what? That's kind of real life. You ever walk past a house and actually think about the windows and go, wow. Wow. Because I do that sometimes. And then I go, I really shouldn't worry about my window placement in The Sims, because real life's like anything goes. But yeah, this is on The Sims Gallery. It is slightly further down my gallery, but not too far because I haven't built a lot this year yet. It is Tiny Coastal Cottage. My Sims ID, my gallery ID is Shrimp Chew. I will put a link in the description if that helps PC players. And otherwise, until next time, feel free to check out my other builds. And if not, enjoy the rest of your YouTube journey wherever the rabbit hole takes you. Goodbye!